the back of his T-shirt said, "Fake news."
You know, the fact that that person hasn't received a COLA in 3 years, well, if I went to the town report, and for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, there was an increase every year. So I just want to correct that.
Good evening, councilors. Sherry Farrell, your Londonderry town clerk. The third item that I wanted to bring up is that I think we all have to remember as elected officials that we're held to a higher level. And I can say I'm Sherry Farrell for Hancock Drive, and but ultimately the people of this town elected me, all of you, the governor, all people that are elected to represent them, and we don't get to pick. We can't say, well, today I'm a town clerk, but later on I'm not going to be. It's 24/7. When they check up our names, that's what they're asking us to do. And I think that's just something we always have to keep in mind. And I think we have to be extremely careful of the influence we can have because we are elected officials in our daily lives. I have to thank Kevin Smith, Chief Bernard, Acting Town Manager Bernard, both of them, and as they stated, without any question or asking on my part, both spoke on behalf of the position of town clerk here in our town. And I really appreciated that, because whether it's me or other people to follow, it's important to bring awareness to it. And I thank them all for doing that. But then after Chief Bernard's presentation, a resident came in to me, and this was last Friday, and said, "Oh, hey, Sherry, and this person moved here in 65. My family was about 68. So they'd been around a long time." And they said, "Hey, I'd give you a raise. I'd give you a raise. I'd vote on that." And I was a little surprised by it. And he said, "Oh, yeah, I saw it in our local paper that you want a raise." And I said, "Oh, well," explained to him the depth of what that was. But what he was a little surprised by was in the newspaper from May 8th, it actually says, "Acting Town Manager pushes for town clerk pay increase." I'd say he was an advocate for me, but I'm not sure that pushes sets a narrative, doesn't it? Because that means, one, it's saying a pay increase. He was speaking to the COLA benefits that I used to get, but the last 2 years I haven't gotten. Not a big jump in pay. He and Kevin did bring awareness to the fact that throughout the state of New Hampshire, given a population of 28,000, full-time supervisory roles, that if you were to hunt, this position would be considered one, if not the lowest paid full-time population. But what was left out in the paper, and even when you flip, and actually overall a lot of the information was correct, but on page 6 it says currently Londonderry pays $71,780 for the role. $71,000, not bad. But what it forgets to mention is that the position does not receive benefits. My understanding is that benefits in the town of Londonderry range from $40,000 to $50,000 additionally. That's a big difference between someone being paid $71,000, supervising an office of 7, and bringing in and being responsible for what the role requires in a town of 27,000 people. And I think we have to be very, very careful of the narrative that we put out there, because this one resident, and the irony was, as he was leaving, he said, "Oh, he had no clue because he thought that I made $71,000 with full benefits, as other employees do." And as he was leaving, educated and informed, I couldn't make this up, but when he turned to walk out, the back of his T-shirt said, "Fake news." And I just happened to catch that as he was walking out the door. And I don't know what it means or if it's a sign, but I did find it, kind of humorous, or as I often say, a God wink. So he was very grateful, but that's powerful. All of our newspapers are so powerful. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. And again, we have a responsibility to the residents, especially when you sit up there, because, you know, we listened to Chief Bernard, we listened to past town manager Kevin Smith. We all heard what they said. So what we report is vitally important. And we have the power to really put out the exact right, transparent, true information in every resource that we have. Did I go over?
Thank you. Oh, you're over. I just
Oh, I'm
let
so
you go over
sorry.
with 15 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. I didn't want
Thank
to.
you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much.
I just wanted to make a comment about the town clerk's position that was made last week, because we had a gentleman once come up and say, do your research, do your research. So I did do some research, all right? And, you know, the fact that that person hasn't received a COLA in 3 years, well, if I went to the town report, and for 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, there was an increase every year. So I just want to correct that, okay, that it wasn't the same amount for 3 years. That's what I wanted to bring up.